Assalamu alaikum. We are discussing in this series the issue of the end of the world, end times. And in the last video, we spoke about the first blow in the horn that will put every living thing to death. And I promised you to tell you a little bit about the second blow in the horn. Not everything, that's another day, another day. Day of resurrection, Yawm al-Qiyamah. No. So just let me tell you a little bit about the beginning of Yawm al-Qiyamah and the second blow in the horn. تكلمنا في الفيديو الماضي وما زلنا في نهاية العالم، موضوع نهاية العالم في هذه السلسلة من الفيديوهات، ووعدتكم تكلمنا عن النفخة الأولى في السور، ووعدتكم أن نتكلم عن النفخة الثانية في السور، ولكن لن نتكلم عن أهوال يوم القيامة، وذلك يوم آخر، يوم جديد، ولكن لنتكلم عن بداية هذا اليوم والنفخة الثانية في البوق في السور. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, ونفخ في السور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون. And another blow in the horn sounds, and as soon as the voice of the horn is heard, they are coming out so fast from under the ground. All humankind, from the first man, from Cain, from Abel, who died at the hands of his brother Cain, the sons of Adam, from the first man ever who died until the last man who will die with the first blow of the horn, will come out from under the ground. What about those eaten by the fish, blown in the airplanes, exploded, drowned, you name it? The Hindu, for thousands of years, they are burning their dead because they think this is an empty shell, like the Klingons in Star Trek series. Klingons after death, this is an empty shell. Dispose of it as you wish. The Hindu, they cut it into pieces and feed it to the birds, or put it on a board in a river and they push it to the other bank where are some cannibalists who eat dead bodies, human flesh. All those will be coming back. Allah is capable. Will bring them from the stomach of the cannibalists or the sharks or wherever they are. Allah will bring them back. That's a promise. Even the fingerprint will come back according to Quran. Allah said, عندما ينفخ في السور النفخة الثانية يخرجون من تحت الأرض سراعا من أول إنسان قتل وهو هابيل على يد أخيه قابيل أبناء آدم. من أول إنسان قتل إلى آخر إنسان سيموت قبل النفخة في السور. كلهم سيخرجون من الأرض بسرعة، حتى الذين أكلهم الحيتان أو السمك، سمك البحر، أو أحرقوا من الهندوس، أو كما يفعل الهندوس ببعض موتهم يقطعون الجثث ويطعمونها للطيور، أو يضعونها على خشب يطوف في النهر يدفعونه إلى الضفة الأخرى حيث يوجد أكلة لحوم بشر. كل هؤلاء سيجمعون. والله يقول بلى قادرون على أن نجمع بنانا، حتى هذه البصمات على أصابعنا يستطيع الله أن يعيدها كما كانت. هذا وعد من الله. قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون. And the people will say that day, who brought us back from our sleep? They thought that they were sleeping. They didn't know that they dissolved into dust or turned into acid in the bellies of the fish or ashes in the fire of the Hindu. They will ask, who brought us back? We were sleeping. And Allah answers, this is what Allah promised. And He was honest about it. إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميعا لدينا محضرون. And it will be just one cry, one call, one call. Even before the end of the call, all of us will be present. Will be present to be questioned by the angels. So it takes only one cry to bring us all back, no matter where we were. In the oceans, in the belly of the cannibalist, or the fish, or the ashes from fire, doesn't matter. Allah is capable of doing this, and He promised. وهذه بداية يوم جديد اسمه يوم القيامة أو اليوم الذي يأتي بعد النهاية. وفي هذا اليوم وبعد عودتنا إلى الحياة هو إيذان بنهاية هذا الكون. And this is the new beginning. The new beginning. And from this point, for us, it will be eternity. In paradise or in hell. But it's a new day. And Allah called it Yawm al-Qiyamah, resurrection. The day of resurrection. Or the day that comes after the end of life on earth. And in this day, and after we come back, we are resurrected, we are given life again. This is the time for the end of the universe, the second end. I spoke about this in previous video. I told you the end is two stages. This is the time for the second end, for the collapse and the crunch of the universe, as the scientists call it. هذه ما يدعوه العلماء بالانسحاق العظيم حيث يدمر فيه الكون. And this universe is inside the throne, and I explained that many times before. Not outside in the kingdom of the Lord, but inside the throne. And all will go back as it started to nothing. From dust to nothing. وهو عنوان الفيلم الثاني الذي كتبت حواره وتفاصيل أحداثه. And this is what I told you about my second movie that I've written a scenario for, a manuscript, in details. Explaining in detail what will happen during this horrific day and the horrors of coming back. And of course my third movie is about Judgment Day and the Gathering Ground. All this is waiting for a producer, if I can find them, to bring this to light, inshallah. وبعد نهاية كوننا يأتي ذهابنا إلى أرض غير أرضنا التي دمرت مع تدمير الكون. وهذه الأرض الجديدة تسمى أرض المحشر، حيث يحاسب البشر، لقوله سبحانه وتعالى في السورة 14 والآيات 47 و48. And by the end of this universe, as we explained, this is the time that where Allah will open in the heavens doors. وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا. He will open doors in the heaven, and He will remove us from inside the throne to outside the throne to a planet or earth, a ground different from this one that we are living on. Because this one will be destroyed with the destruction of the universe. And this new ground will be called the Gathering Ground, where the people will be questioned, judged or punished, in paradise or in hell. لقوله, according to what Allah said in Surah 14 and the ayahs 47 and 48. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. فلا تحسبن الله مخلف وعده رسله فلا تحسبن الله مخلف وعده رسله إن الله عزيز ذو انتقام. Do not think, not for a blink, for a second, for a millisecond, that Allah will not fulfill His promise, will not do as He promised. The promise that He gave to His messenger and through His messengers to mankind. And Allah is so, He doesn't need anything. He doesn't need us. He doesn't need this creation, the universe. He created everything on this earth for us, not for Himself. But He is with great vengeance from those who didn't deserve and offended Him. يوم تبدل الأرض غير الأرض والسماوات وبرزوا لله الواحد القهار. When the ground that we live on will be exchanged, traded for a different ground and different heavens. Now we are living under those 7 heavens that they will be gone, collapse, crunched in the destruction that is coming. And under the new ground, under new heavens. And we will go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who will be supreme and who will overcome or our defiance when we are living on this planet. So, as a reminder, one more time, do not believe any fool ignorant coming in the near future to tell you when the world will come to an end. Like those fools who came to us and to scare us, saying the world will come to an end on the 29th of July 2016. Or those ignorant who told us 2012. Or the ignorant 2006 or 2000 or whatever else. Don't believe anymore any of those ignorant fools. They don't know what they are talking about, and they talk about information that was not given to them by God, or what they call God, this pagan word that they invented. Only Allah knows about that hour. Keep that in mind. Take care. I leave you in the shade of Allah and His peace and His blessing.